What if I told you that just one simple morning habit could add 30 more years to your life after the age of 65? Not a miracle pill, not a complicated diet, not an expensive treatment. Just a few minutes each morning, done consistently, that could completely change the way you age. I know, it sounds almost too good to be true, but it's not. And by the time you finish listening to this, you'll understand exactly what it is, how it works, and most importantly, how you can start tomorrow morning. Before we go any further, if you care about your health and want to live better, not just longer, go ahead and hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. I post evidence-based insights every week that can make the second half of your life the healthiest it's ever been. Now, let's get into it. Let's be honest. Aging isn't easy. Your joints stiffen, your energy dips, your memory may feel slower. And let's not even talk about sleep. But here's the truth that most people miss. Aging is not a downhill ride you're forced to take. It's a process, yes, but it's a process that can be guided, even optimized, by your choices. And the best time to make those choices? Every single morning. The most powerful morning habit I recommend, and this may surprise you, is gentle, intentional movement combined with breathwork and sunlight exposure. I'll break that down, but don't dismiss it because it sounds simple. Simplicity is deceptive. It's easy to overlook, but in the field of longevity science, this exact combination is backed by decades of data. Let's start with the movement. You don't need to run. You don't need to lift heavy weights. You don't even need to leave your house. What I'm talking about is something as simple as a 10-minute sequence of light stretching, joint mobilization, and walking, barefoot if possible, in your living room, on your porch, or even outside in your garden. Why? Because movement first thing in the morning triggers a cascade of biological benefits. It activates your lymphatic system, which is your body's natural detox process. It sends signals to your brain that it's time to wake up and be alert. And more importantly, it protects your mitochondria. These tiny energy factories in your cells are responsible for almost every function that keeps you alive. As we age, they decline. But research shows that regular movement, especially in the morning, preserves mitochondrial function and even regenerates new ones. Pair that with deep diaphragmatic breathing, and you're now tapping into something much deeper. Breathing isn't just about oxygen. It's about your nervous system. By inhaling slowly through your nose, holding, and exhaling longer than you inhale, you stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, the one that tells your body you are safe, you are calm, and healing can begin. Most older adults live in a state of chronic, low-grade stress. That stress shortens telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA. When telomeres shrink, aging accelerates. Controlled breathwork slows that process. Now let's add the final layer, sunlight exposure. Every morning, step outside and let natural sunlight hit your skin and eyes, without sunglasses, for at least 5 to 10 minutes. This isn't just about vitamin D, though that's important too. Morning sunlight resets your circadian rhythm, boosts serotonin, the mood hormone, and regulates your sleep hormone, melatonin. That means better sleep at night, more energy during the day, and, here's the kicker, a reduced risk of cognitive decline. Yes, simply standing in the morning sun can help protect your brain from dementia. So now put this together. Light movement, deep breathing, sunlight. 10 to 20 minutes a day. What you're doing is retraining your biology. You're telling your body, it's morning, we're alive, we're moving, we're safe. And that signal, repeated daily, has more power than any supplement on your shelf. Let's go deeper. This morning habit has ripple effects. When you start your day with intention, the rest of your decisions follow suit. You're more likely to eat well. You're more likely to stay hydrated. You're less likely to feel anxious or depressed, both of which are epidemic in people over 65. Let me give you an example. One of my patients, 72 years old, came to me after being told he was just getting old and should accept it. He was pre-diabetic, barely slept, had joint pain, and felt like he was in a fog most of the day. We didn't start with medication. We started with mornings. For 21 days, he committed to walking in the sun for 10 minutes, stretching while listening to calm music, and doing 5-minute breathing drills. Within a month, his blood sugar stabilized, his energy returned, and, most incredibly, his mental clarity improved to the point that he picked up painting again, a hobby he hadn't touched in 30 years. This isn't anecdotal. It's biology. It's how your body works when you give it what it was designed for. And here's another truth. Consistency beats intensity. You don't need to overhaul your entire life. You just need to do the right things a little every day. That's how you live longer. That's how you stay sharp. That's how you keep your independence well into your 90s and beyond. Still with me? Good. Because here's something else I want you to know. The morning habit I described can be modified depending on your ability. If you're in a wheelchair, you can do breathing and stretching from a seated position. If you have knee pain, switch to gentle arm swings and neck rotations. If you live in a cloudy place, use a daylight lamp to mimic morning sun. There are no excuses. There are only options. And your future self, 10, 20, 30 years from now, will thank you for what you start doing today. Now, if you've made it this far, you already care. You already know that aging is not something to fear. It's something to prepare for. So, tomorrow morning, don't reach for your phone. Don't turn on the TV. Step outside. Breathe. Move. Feel the sun. And remind yourself, every day you wake up is a gift, and how you begin it matters more than you think.